Hello students of class 7. I'll continue with the Asia portion in this video also. In the last video we did about the central mountains and the plateau. In this video we are going to do with the southern peninsular plateau region. So the southern peninsula and the plateau region includes the plateau of Arabia that is present over here, the Deccan Plateau of the peninsular India, and the plateau of Shan that is present in this particular region, and the Yunnan Peninsula of Indochina region. Means this portion we are going to study. Okay, so these plateaus that are present over here, that is the Arabian plateau, the Deccan plateau, then this Shan plateau and the Yunnan plateau of the peninsula of Indochina. Over here these are very old and made up of old hard rocks. The Arabia is a dry desert region, and other plateaus have many rivers flowing through them, like in our Deccan Plateau region we have the river Godavari flowing over here, the Krishna is flowing over here, the Mahanadi is flowing over here, the Kaveri is present. So from north to south there are many rivers that are traveling through this Deccan Plateau region. Same in the case of the Shan Yunnan Plateau that is present in this particular region. Over here the Solvin River and the Mekong rivers is flowing through this plateau region. The next group of the physical division is the alluvial plains of the river valleys, and the southeast means the alluvial plains and the river valleys that are present in the southern and the eastern portion, means this eastern portion of the Asia. The great rivers of the Asia form the vast and the fertile plains in this particular region. So these are the plains of the Tigris and the Euphrates. So here is the plain which is formed by the river Tigris and the Euphrates, and in the Iraq region, and this is also known as the Mesopotamian lowland region. Then the plains of the Indus, this is the plain of river Indus. You can see river Indus over here. This is the plain that is formed by the river Indus in the India and the Pakistan portion. Then the plains of Ganga Brahmaputra. So this is the Ganga Brahmaputra plain of our India that lies in the India and in the Bangladesh portion. Next is the plains of Irrawaddy in Myanmar. So you can see this is the river Irrawaddy. So the river Irrawaddy has deposited the fertile alluvial soil and form a plain over here. We are calling it as the plains of Irrawaddy, that is in the Myanmar portion. Next is the plains of the Mekong and Menon in the Vietnam portion. So here is the Mekong river is present, and this is where Menam river is present. So this is a plain which is present formed by this Mekong and the Menon river. The Mekong and the Menon river deposited a huge amount of fertile soil and formed this plain. And in the Vietnam portion, Vietnam, Cambodia and the Thailand portion, number 6 is the plains of the Sikiang, Yangtze and the Wang Ho. So this is the plain that are present in the China portion. You can see over here the river Wang Ho is present over here, the Yangtze Kiang is present, and Sikiang is present. Over here, and this total region is being formed due to the deposition of the silt carried by this river. And this plain is in the China. So this plain are very much fertile and densely populated. Why these plains are very much fertile and densely populated? Because this is the plainland region where the people can easily build their houses, and this is a flatland, so where the houses can be built easily. This the soil that are present, that are formed by these rivers, are actually very much fertile. So because the plain is very much fertile that is present over here, as a result this plain is very much good for the agricultural production. Because of the agricultural production, this agricultural production attracts a huge number of the people to settle in this particular region, and that is why this plain regions are very much densely populated rather than this highland regions that are present over here. Okay, so next is the island group. The last physiographic division is the islands with volcanoes in the east. So the islands that are present in the eastern portion of the Asia, now we are going to study about that. So these islands contain volcanoes, that is why we have the heading is like that, the islands with the volcanoes, and it is present in the eastern section of our Asia. So this is actually the eastern section of Asia. So this is the eastern portion of our Asia, and you can see that a large number of the islands are present in the eastern section of the Asia, and the different seas are also present along, and the Pacific Ocean is present in the western portion of this eastern portion. Large numbers of the islands are present in this portion of the Asia. So beyond the mainland of the Asia, a series of the islands lies in the east and the southeastern section. On the east of this Pacific Ocean, it is starting from this Kamchatka Peninsula. So this is the location of the Kamchatka Peninsula in the north up to the Indonesian islands in the south. So this is the Indonesian islands, and this is the portion of the south. So this is the total extent of this extent of the islands of this east of the Asia. So over here they includes the islands of the Japan. So here lies the islands of the Japan, then the islands of the Taiwan, islands of Philippines, then Indonesian portion of the islands of this Indonesia portion. So most of these islands are mountainous in nature, and some of them have a series of these extinct and the active volcanoes, and that is why they are also known as the Ring of Fire too. So this is the end of this video. I'll continue with the rest of the portion in the next video. Thank you everyone.